Hi, I'm teacher Farah Youssef. We are going to discuss a new grammar skill today, the simple past tense with its forms affirmative, negative, and question. At the end of this grammar session, students should be able to identify and use the affirmative, negative, and interrogative forms of the simple past tense. Affirmative form. An affirmative is the positive form of the sentence without adding or using any negative word like not. An affirmative sentence states and declares something. Of course, an affirmative sentence should end with period. The form of the affirmative sentence, subject plus verb, ed, of course, if the verb is regular, plus complement. For example, I played football yesterday. I is the subject, played is the verb. Of course, it ends with ed since it is a regular verb, and football yesterday is a complement and it ends with a period. What about if the past tense is irregular or constant? Start with the subject, then the past tense, whether it is irregular or constant, plus the complement. For example, the girl bought a colorful dress. The girl here is the subject. Bought is the verb in the past tense. It's an irregular verb for the verb buy, bought in the past. Okay. What about if the verb is constant, like cut? The boy cut the cake into 7 pieces. Here the boy is the subject. Cut is the verb. This verb is a constant verb. The cake into 7 pieces, complement. What do you mean by negative form? Negative form of the sentence, it means that by adding the negative word not to the sentence. Okay? For example, here we have subject, singular or plural subject, plus did not plus base form of the verb plus complement. What do you mean here, subject, singular or plural? So, the subject, whatever it is, a singular subject or plural subject, it takes did in the negative form and did not in the negative form past tense. For example, she played tennis yesterday. She here is the subject, it's a singular subject. Played is the verb in the past, which is a regular verb. Tennis yesterday. So look here, this is the affirmative sentence. Let us change it into negative. She, okay, did not play. So here I start with the subject, then did not in order to make the negative form, and then change the main verb played here into the base form play. Okay, so we have to cross the ed. What about if we have verb to be in the sentence? This is an action verb. So when we have an action verb, use did plus not in the negative form. When we have verb to be was or were, just add not after the verb to be. For example, they were happy 2 months ago. They were in the past. This is verb to be in the past. Let us start how to change it into the negative. They were not happy 2 months ago. Okay, they were not happy. So here, just add not after the verb to be. Practice 1. Change the following sentences into the negative form. Of course, these are affirmative sentences. We have to change them into the negative form. Number 1. John Cabot sailed to America in 1498. Here, John Cabot is the subject. We have to write it. Sailed, we have to add did not. Then the verb sail, change it to the base form sail. So it becomes John Cabot did not sail to America in 1498. They studied well for the exam. They The verb here studied. Okay, they did not, did plus not or didn't. Studied, the verb, it should be in the base form study. They did not study well for the exam. Sally had a nice journey. Sally had in the past here. Okay, this is an irregular verb. So change it to the base form verb to have. Okay, so verb have. Sally did not have a nice journey. My parents were deeply perplexed. Here, my parents were. Where this is verb to be in the past. Just add not after it. So my parents were not deeply perplexed. What about the interrogative or question form? I mean by the interrogative, the question form of the sentence. So the sentence should end with a question mark at the end. Look here. If I want to change the affirmative sentence from the affirmative to the question or interrogative form, okay, if the sentence is in the past, of course, I have to start with the verb here, did. Verb to do in past, did. Okay, did plus subject, whether it is singular or plural, plus base form of the verb, plus complement, plus question mark. For example, in the affirmative, they drank water. Let us change it into the negative form. They drank water. Look at the verb drank. It's in the past. So I have to use verb to do in the past, did. Okay? Did, then the subject, they, did they, drank, change it to the base form. Okay? Drink. So in the interrogative or question form, did they drink water? Short answers. Yes, they did. No, they didn't. Was or were. So if we have here verb to be was or were, okay, start the sentence with it. Plus subject, plus complement, plus question mark. As you know that in English, we start our sentences with the subject, verb, complement. But here, in this way, we switch the subject and the verb in order to form the question form of the sentence. Her answer was smart. Look at the verb here, was. It's verb to be in the past. So I have to switch the past or the subject and the verb. Let us start our sentence with the verb was. In order to make the question form, was her answer smart? Okay, here I started with the verb and then the subject plus complement plus question mark at the end. Short answers, yes, it was, no, it wasn't. Practice 2. Complete the following chart. Affirmative, negative, interrogative. He did not cry too much. Let us change it into the affirmative form. This is a negative sentence. It has the negative word not. So we have to cross did not, change or write the verb cry in the simple past tense. He cried too much. Okay? Now let us change it into the interrogative form. We have to start with the verb did, okay? Then the subject, did he, then the verb cried here. Change it to the base form or write it in the base form cry, okay? Too much, then question mark. So the answer will be, did he cry too much? Here we have an affirmative sentence. They put all the ingredients in one bowl. This. Let us change it into the negative form. They did not put. Here, verb put, it's a constant verb. Present and past, the same. So, it will be, they did not put all the ingredients in one bowl. In the interrogative, did they put, okay, did they put all the ingredients in one bowl? Here, interrogative sentence, we have, did he check all the patients? Let us change it into the negative or interrogative. We have to say, He checked the patients. He checked. Why? Because here we have did. It means the verb should be in the past. He checked present, checked past. So he checked the patients. In the negative, he did not check. He did not check all the. Practice 3. Write the simple past form of the verb in brackets. Barbara bring some chocolates to the party 2 days ago. Bring, it becomes what? Brought. Why? Because verb bring is an irregular verb. Bring, brought. Camelia give her mom a new iPhone for Christmas. Give, gave. Also, it's an irregular verb. Last year, Sarah became a famous singer. Become, became. I not choose a huge pizza for dinner. Not choose. So this is a sentence. Also, I have to use the verb choose in the past. Okay, I have to use the word not. So in the negative form, it becomes did not choose. How? I did not choose a huge pizza for dinner. This sentence is in the negative form.